Uh-oh. What are you doing? Oh. Hey, what's you? Well, someday, really something about yeah. It could be. Okay. Get a picture of me. I could have. I don't know. I don't do this. I mean, what would I do with that much money? I mean, I could retire in 30 seconds, but okay. I don't think it's worth it. He's in the appliance business. Every week or so, he's in his boss's niece's nephew's great aunt. But he's not really working. He's sort of a janitor guy. Well, sort of. He lives in sort of a... Oh, right. Museum. How could I forget? The one place Oh, that's a good idea. Yeah.
think it look better on our clothes.
Mr. and Mrs. Ryder, what are you doing with our raffle box?
I'm not sure what a raffle box is. I've told several of these fine folks this is my keepsake box from Peru.
Were you bringing it on stage to help us as we did the drawing?
Yeah. I'm doing a little special. You give this right to them.
Oh, thank you so much for helping
I
out.
thought they said you take this right to your suitcase, but wherever you stay.
Albert, would you like to draw for us?
Sure.
Thank you. All right, so whoever has this ticket number, come up and collect your prize, okay? It's 6971721. Everybody check your tickets. 6971721. Oh, right here. My mom, I promise it wasn't me.
Yeah, you're welcome. Let me know if you don't want to hear that.
All right, guys, without further ado, the second act of Mystery at Shady Acres.
Finally, we've had a breakthrough in the case. After investigating behind the couch and talking with several of you and re-talking with Mrs. Fairfax, we have found that two hands wearing black gloves crept around the back of the couch and removed the necklace. So, yeah, that's all we got right now. Which is why all of you are here. So, let's see. You, sir. I don't suppose you had a chance to talk to anyone here, did you?
Who's me?
Yes, good.
Yeah?
Yes.
What about?
The weather.
It's raining outside.
It is. You, sir. How about you? Did you have a chance to talk to anyone? Wow, you guys are talking a bunch. You, ma'am. You?
I was in the bathroom.
England's finest, you all are. All right, let's see. How about a show of hands? Did anyone here actually get a chance to talk to anyone? All right, some of you did. Fantastic. You, ma'am, please tell me.
I think it was the detective that's not really a detective, but we're just being aggressive. This one is it's like she's actually in a case.
That's true. Steal the necklace, start a case. Although, to be honest, Martin seems a few crumpets short of a tea party, if you know what I
Maybe there's something working for her.
mean. Maybe. Because personally, I don't think she could make tea, let alone drink it. But we will investigate more. Believe me, I would love to see her behind bars. Anyone else? You, sir, I thought I saw you raise your hand earlier. No? No, you there. One of you looking around behind me now is trying to hide. Come on.
That's me. Yeah. I thought you timed him.
Come on.
It said supposed to find me.
Who do you think?
I didn't learn anything.
Well, from what you've seen on stage, you want to take a guess? I actually thought that you people might be able to help me. All right, we'll give it one last go. You, sir.
I talked to Miss Brighton.
Miss Brighton, yes?
Yes, and she had a pair of black gloves that she's missing.
Really? Interesting. You did find black. Did she describe anything else about the gloves?
No, she just said she liked to wear them only at certain times of the year, and that's why she wasn't wearing them.
Oh, of course, that makes sense. Only way to a certain time. Do you think it was her?
No.
No. All of it points to her, couldn't be her. Yes. So, time for my favorite part of the place where pure speculation. Who do you think it was?
I think it's one of the maids.
One of the maids. They were all talking about the necklace, they said. And obviously, looking at the way this hotel's put together, they're not being paid very much. Honestly, though, my money would be on Basil. What country is he from? Why did he leave? What is he running from? What is he hiding? What accent is that? Either way, thank you all for the tips. If you'll excuse me.
Hello there. I couldn't help but overhear that you were sharing some information with my good friend, Chief Whitfield. That was so good of you to help out. I wonder, is that too much trouble? If you could just spare me a moment of your time, so that I too could pick your collective brain, as it were. So then, what about the tour bus group? Don't you think it's a bit too convenient if the bus just happens to break down, and the whole group just happens to have this neat and tidy little alibi? Phyllis, what are you doing now? Emma, there you are. I was just developing ridiculous theories. No, I wouldn't say that. Come along now. We've got a case to solve. Unless you'd rather I just complete the investigation myself. I can do all the work myself.
Imagine someone at this hotel stealing a valuable necklace.
Miranda, what? Stop that.
Just see how the cake is.
Get over here.
This is so ridiculous. The thief is still here among us. The police will have that old couple to arrest him after they didn't find the necklace among all their other stolen items. At least we weren't here when that happened, or else we'd be under suspicion too. Frederick gave us another good reason for going on that trip. This time he was questioned by the police. At least it would have been more exciting than looking at flowers. We missed all the excitement here. Come on, Miss Bronte. Our tour wasn't all that bad. You have to admit, it was pretty good. Speaking of food, remind me to eat elsewhere until Henry hires a new cook. Dinner was awful.
Everybody left dining room before dessert. I bring it to you here.
No thanks. Not thanks. After whatever you're drinking. And also silver. That is clearly silver.
But it's gluten-free, dairy-free, and flavor-free. Nobody likes my cooking.
Edward, I want to leave the hotel.
Blanche, how many times do I have to explain to you that we have got to stay here until Detective Thornton can solve the case for us?
Stay here so the thief can steal something else from me.
I promise when it's all over, I'll take you somewhere else.
In the meantime, I'll probably die of food poisoning.
Basil, watch where you're going. Ah, Mr. and Mrs. Brighton, here you sorry, I need to start calling you. Fairfax. I am very sorry for saying that. It's been such a hectic day with the police and all that I've hardly had a chance to see how you're doing. Please consider the rest of your stay here as on the house.
What a bargain.
Actually, it's a bit of fresh air, so we're going out for an evening stroll. Come along, dear.
How many times did I tell you not to bring me
Do you
here?
think I count every time?
Miss X, you're back. Where did you disappear to? The police and that detective were looking everywhere for you.
I didn't want to get involved.
We're all involved. It looked mighty suspicious when you disappeared, right as it came your turn to be questioned.
All will be revealed in good time.
Mr. Clifford, sir, go and gather up the guests and your staff. I have solved the case.
You have? Where's your assistant, Miss Reed?
Oh, she and I had a little disagreement about who's guilty of the necklace theft, so she quit. She has decided to start up her own detective agency, but without me, she'll never survive.
I see. I'll go collect my staff and the guests. I don't think I need to ask that tour group to join us, unless who you think did it.
Don't be ridiculous. What do you take me for, a fool? Miss X? Where did you disappear to this afternoon?
That's my business.
Well, I could make it mine. You didn't show up for questioning. Perhaps my thief had an accomplice. Now that would be interesting. Too long? We got trouble. Gather round, everyone, and listen to the genius of Phyllis Thornton as she explains the mystery of the stolen necklace.
I knew you could do it.
Think nothing of it. It was easy. Just so you know, the police and I struck a deal this morning to see who could solve the case first. As you will testify to them later, I was the first here to explain the solution to you. Therefore, I win the contest. I have brochures and posters that advertise my agency. If in the future any of you find you need my expertise and
Thornton, just get on with it. We're all anxious to hear what you found.
Oh, all right then. It was basil.
No.
Don't act so surprised, Basil. It's always the bellhop who's guilty. Or is that the butler? Besides, hasn't it struck you people as suspicious that Basil is clearly a native of Timbuktu, yet he bears a quintessentially British name?
Wait, we just call him Basil because we can't pronounce his real name.
What is his real name?
I told you, we can't pronounce it.
Well, in any event, it doesn't matter. Basil is the mastermind behind the terrible plot to steal Mrs. Fairfax's precious necklace.
I'd like to know how he did it.
I'm getting to that. According to your testimonies, you were all asleep. But Basil was in the room with Mrs. Fairfax the whole time. There are 5 witnesses who have testified to this, Mr. and Mrs. Fairfax, as well as the 3 maids. He just pretended he was asleep, just waiting for Mrs. Fairfax to drink the tea he had laced with a sedative, and then he crept behind her and stole her necklace.
I knew it all along, you sneaky little bellhop.
Well,
Did you find my necklace today?
no, not yet, but I know where we'll find it. Come along, Basil.
But, Detective,
Well, I'm glad that's over.
Me too. Imagine a little bell guy being a crook.
I don't believe it. I worked with him for 3 years, and Basil will never do such a thing. I agree with you, Miss White.
Oh, well, thank you, Officer Black.
Basil isn't guilty. As usual, Thornton has the facts all messed up. It was a tough case to solve, but we finally cracked it.
We were able to narrow down our list of suspects once we had searched the Bright campus. We realized that, while it sold practically everything else in the hotel, they hadn't stolen the necklace.
We retrieved our missing evidence and suggested that Albert and Ingrid get some treatment for their compulsive behavior.
Then we examined the testimonials we had taken for other motives we could find. Initially, we looked at financial need as a motive.
This motive pointed to Henry Clifford because of his struggling hotel business, as well as Stanley Larson's debt problem. Financial need could also have been a motive for any of the hotel staff who have been poorly paid for several years.
But there was another possible motive. Motives such as jealousy and resentment, for example. We also examined a coincidence that was too unusual to ignore.
The coincidence that Audrey Rochester and Edward Fairfax, formerly engaged and both in the United States, would somehow end up in the same remote hotel in England.
One piece of evidence, a lady's diamond engagement ring, also led us to our conclusion.
Audrey Rochester, you are our thief.
What? You have proven nothing.
Confess, Audrey. Don't you feel that that necklace, along with all of Blanche's riches, should rightfully be yours? Your bitterness grew over the years until you finally decided to exact your revenge upon the Fairfaxes.
We found your diamond engagement ring from Edward, but you wearing a little chain around your neck behind the couch. You probably didn't realize it was missing until the next day. By then, it was too late.
It was very careless of you to show off your ring to one of the maids.
Audrey, is this true? You keep the ring I gave you and now you've gone and stolen my wife's necklace?
Yes, Eddie, it is true. I deserve the life that Blanche lives. The wealth, the fame, the travel, she took all that away from me.
I can't believe it.
I can. O'Doyle, take her down to the station. Officer Black, search Miss Rochester's room for the missing necklace. There's only one thing I can't figure out, and it's bothering me. That handkerchief with the initials S.A. Who does it belong to?
I can answer that.
Ah, the mysterious Miss X. So you've come out of hiding, have you?
She must be S.H.E.
No, I'm not upset. I'll tell you who it is. Stanley Larson, or should I say, Stanley L. Arson, England's notorious arsonist.
That's absurd.
Miss X, I think you better explain who you are before you start handing out accusations.
I'm Secret Agent X. I've been following activities of Mr. Arson here for several months, and I finally have enough evidence to put away for a very long time.
Your evidence is a handkerchief with initials on this X. You can't possibly incriminate someone like that. Besides, have there been any fires since I've been here, Mr. Clifford?
Well, there have been a few in the kitchen, but that's since Basil's taken over. Yeah.
Mr. Clifford, if all is gone according to plan, there have been more than a few kitchen fires. Swing back?
I'm sure I don't know what you mean.
Miss X, stop stalling and explain your story.
Chief Whitfield, let's hear you can Mr. Clifford and Stanley Arson's possible motives for stealing the diamond necklace.
All right. During our investigation, it became apparent that Henry Clifford's hotel business was under financial strain. And as for Mr. Arson, well, he was apparently in debt and couldn't pay his hotel bill.
Didn't it strike you as a bit odd that Mr. Clifford simply allowed Mr. Arson to stay at his house without requiring a cent from him, especially when you needed the money?
Well, yes, that thought did cross my mind.
Mr. Clifford's hotel business is going poorly, so he decided to invite famous and wealthy people to his hotel in hopes that this would bring more business. When this didn't work, he hired Stanley Arson to set fire to his hotel so he could collect the insurance money and relieve himself of the struggling business.
But the advertising did work, didn't it? Blanche and I are here, aren't we?
Yes, but Henry here hadn't counted on that. You messed up the second plan. He had already hired Stanley and then you showed up. He couldn't very well so have the hotel burn down while you were here. Now could he?
I'm glad he didn't.
Well, it looks like we're going to have a full house down at the police station. George, arrest Mr. Clifford. Miss X, I'll leave you in charge of arson.
Don't worry, Mr. Clifford. There's somebody in jail that I'm sure you'll love to see.
Aunt Erna? She's already there.
Yes.
This will be like a whole family reunion.
Yeah,
Aunt
now.
Erna, Uncle Earl, and...
Mr. Clifford, your in-laws are also there.
Basil, if you don't tell me where that necklace is, I swear I'll wring your neck.
I tell you, detective, I know, have, necklace!
Here it is. Thank you. I was beginning to think I'd never see it again with all these crooks around.
I told you we'd find it. Where was it?
In Miss Rochester's suitcase. She was all packed to leave.
Miss Rochester's suitcase? What was it doing there?
Miss Thornton, you're a washout.
But I solved the case first.
You accused the wrong person. Why don't you join me down at the police station? We have a lot of paperwork to do, and we could certainly use some tea and crumpets. By the way, we expect weekly delivery.
That was not part of the deal.
Someone wise once said, You've got to learn to read fine print. After you.
Officer Black, thank you on behalf of my wife and myself. I realize that your department can't accept any money from us.
No, sir, we're just doing our job. Well, Edward, perhaps we could hire an interior decorator to redesign the police station. Those places are so drab. Or donate some new uniforms. Brighter colors and new hats.
That's a fine idea, Blanche. We'll get to work on it right away.
Well, thank you, Mr. and Mrs. Fairfax. I can't wait to inform Chief Whitfield of this new development.
Well, it looks like we'll be staying someplace else tonight. I'll go see about collecting our bags.
I'm going to repolish it. It's been a while, old friend. I can't believe it. We are unemployed.
Unemployed?
It means we're out of a job, Basil.
No job?
No job. But that's okay. We'll look for an employer who pays more than Mr. Clifford ever did. Yeah.
Excuse me, I couldn't help overhearing your conversation, but if you're interested, we need some new hired help. Blanche tried all ours before you left town.
I'm sure we'd love to work with Fairfax. I'm sure we'd love to work with Mr. Fairfax. Edward, am I to understand you just hired these people?
If you recall, dear, we need new hired help. Don't worry, we'll keep Basil out of the picture. Come along then, folks. We'll discuss wages in the car.
Now, I hire one of them by Wednesday.
I can't believe it! We're going to be working for the Hey, where is everybody? You can't get any decent service in this hotel.
Lights man, Mr. Sapo.
Round of applause for our directors, Mrs. Bisbal and Mrs. Stark.
Great cast with great kids. But you know what? Mrs. Bisbal and I, we have to say something special. If you are a parent of any of these 25 children, please stand up. We want to just applaud you. If it wasn't for the parents, we couldn't do these wonderful to all of our creative cooks and bakery people who, yeah, you ate up all their food. If you helped with cupcakes and stuff, please stand up. You guys able to call
cupcakes in the kitchen.
Yes, please stand up. They really worked so hard and on our behalf. Just it was a labor of love, and so thank you so much. And thank you for the love. So stick around and please come up on the stage to take pictures of your kids. And we really want you to stick around, and then we'll just thank you and have safe travels.
Then we couldn't find it, so now didn't find it.
I would just like to say that I am very happy.